Welcome to the Knowledge Catalog, and in this video, we are going to tackle genetic engineering, its negative effects to organic agriculture, the reason of the opposition. Let's start. The first reason is that GMO farms contaminate strict organic farms. In the case of the United States Department of Agriculture or USDA, for instance, they have strict implementation of the National Organic Program that includes the prohibition of excluded methods during the production or handling of any organic product. Excluded methods are defined in the regulation as a variety of methods used to genetically modify organisms or influence their growth and development by means that are not possible under natural conditions or processes and are not considered compatible with organic production. It specifically bans the use of GMO seeds for organic farms, GMO ingredients for organic soups and other food products, and even organic cows must not be fed with GMO alfalfa or corn. It is so difficult to maintain a totally organic farm because of rampant GMO contamination. According to the International Journal of Food Contamination, almost 400 cases of GMO contamination occurred between 1997 and 2013 in 63 different countries. Part of the problem is the very nature of nature. Many plants are pollinated by insects, birds, or by the wind, which allows pollen from a GMO plant to move to neighboring fields or into the wild. This genetic drift illustrates the enormous difficulty in containing GMO technology. Not only is genetic drift impossible to prevent, inadequate regulation also fails to hold seed companies accountable for any resulting damages and ultimately puts the onus on farmers who have been the victims of contamination. For instance, in the year 2000, Starlink corn, which was not approved for human consumption, was found in over 300 food products, which sparked mass recalls. Farmers were harmed by depressed corn prices, so they filed a class lawsuit and settled at $100 million for their losses. In 2006, the U.S. rice supply was contaminated with a Bayer GMO variety, costing farmers millions from export rejections and price crashes. Bayer paid $750 million to 11,000 farmers who claimed losses. In 2013, a Roundup Ready wheat variety was found in Oregon after field trials ended in 2003, that was a decade ago. This led to South Korea and Japan temporarily halting U.S. wheat exports. Midwestern corn growers sued Syngenta in 2014 after China closes its markets when the genetically modified trait MIR 162, a trait that was not yet approved by China, was found in U.S. corn shipments. The event cost farmers approximately $1 billion in 2013. Monsanto paid $250,000 to wheat growers in 2014 and $2.1 million in a settlement fund for farmers affected by the 2013 event. For farmers, the consequences have been severe. Contamination can spark dramatic economic losses for farmers who face rejection from export markets that ban GMOs. Organic farmers suffering contamination can lose their organic certification and the premium they earn for their organic crop. As consumer demand for non-GMO products expands, Farmers are looking for opportunities to diversify into non-GMO markets that pay higher prices, but the inability of companies to properly segregate GMOs from conventional varieties continues to threaten these options for farmers. The next reason is that GMO farms produced super weeds and super pests. GMO agriculture has led to super weeds and super pests that are extraordinarily difficult for farmers to manage. Farmers affected by resistant pests must revert to older and more toxic chemicals, more labor, and more intensive tillage, which overshadow the promised benefits of GMO technology. Of concern is the overuse of glyphosate, a broad-spectrum herbicide commercially found in Monsanto's Roundup, used with seeds engineered to withstand its application. Between 1996 and 2011, U.S. herbicide use grew by 527 million pounds, mostly from glyphosate. There are now at least 14 species of glyphosate-resistant weeds throughout the country and almost double that number worldwide. This very scenario was forewarned in a 2010 report from the National Academy of Sciences, which cautioned that the overuse of glyphosate would render it useless. There are similar reports of bollworm resistance to the Bt toxin in GMO cotton. Bt is known as Bacillus thuringiensis. Herbicides, including glyphosate, can also increase plant diseases by altering plants' ability to absorb nutrients and reduce soil health by killing microbes. These chemical-dependent strategies, peddled by major chemical and biotechnological companies, will keep farmers dependent on increasing toxic pesticides in a race that nature always wins. This is CJ, and this is the Knowledge Catalog Education Solutions.